are you feeling today? How are you? Type something in the chat. How are you feeling? You having a good day? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Then everyone is feeling amazing. Same here, same here. I'm just going to also spotlight myself. There we are. So I really will hope that you had an amazing, amazing day so far, and that you are quite ready for this call, because this is something unusual to really us having the opportunity to really jump into. And as you guys know, I'm not going to have the opportunity to host this call, but yeah, I just wanted to jump in and share my story a little bit, and really, yeah, get your eyes to know me as well. So my name is Philip. I'm 22 years old. I have been in this business for around 1.5 years, and also been in the crypto industry for almost 6 years now. So I have some years in the bag, and it is actually a quite a funny story that how I started to really be invested in the crypto space, because it was me and my brother back when I was like 16, 17 years old. We started to really Google around what we would do with our lives, because I was going to be a welder. I was studying to be a full-time welder at an industry, and my brother was also an industrial worker. So we didn't really want to be in that situation, and really didn't want to have the opportunity to not only be on one place at a one time in our life, but also don't have the income sources that are active online. So the few things that we did was that we had some contacts around us that really wanted us to really get into the crypto space with them, together with them. So we started to be a group around 3 to 4 people, and they just gave us a lot of projects. They gave us a lot of addresses, and they was like, yo, download MetaMask, download these things, and download the rest of the things that we got a list of, and just take in your money and send it to that address. And it was like, okay, if you say so, we are going to do that. We are the brand new people. We are going to follow your steps. So we sent the money to him, and yeah, it took 10 minutes. Then some guy in Dubai had our money. We didn't even see any penny of it. So we was like, okay, we got scammed directly when we got into crypto. How are we going to manage to do this? So we were directly in the first day we started to like, yo, is this really a good thing? Is this really something that we can really provide ourselves on? And we started to really dig into it, because when you lose a amount of money and you lose an opportunity, you don't, as a newbie, wanna get rid of it. You wanna see, why did this happen? For me, myself, I am like that. If something happens badly for me, I wanna really invest for my time. So the few things that I did was that I jumped into like go live after some years, and really started to invest my time around the crypto industry and really focus on getting involved in it. And it is a funny story with the person that I want to share about also, that is going to host the call, because it was around 1 year, 1.5 years soon ago, and we were at the Rotterdam event around a half a year after that I joined in the IAM Academy. And we started to really dig into the crypto space in that time, and really taking it back, because as I said, when we got got scammed the first time, we didn't really want to have our time invested and our money invested into the crypto space. But then when I started to join with IAM and started to go on the different events, I really heard about crypto all the time. And for some reason, every single one of them was talking about the crypto space for 2024, 2025, and how we were started to really get invested in it. So at the time we jumped into the Rotterdam event, I remember that it was on the go live day, and we was like, okay, we are going to start the go live day, and some random guy jumps up on the stage and starts to dance. It was like, okay, who is this? And every single one was just cheering, and I was sitting there in the middle of the hallway and like, okay, who is this guy? He was starting to dance, everyone hyped it up, everyone really got up on their feet, jumped with him, started to dance with him, started to take pictures and videos, and really hyping the guy up. And I saw the whole arena changed in the energy, and really got completely connected with this guy. So when we really got the opportunity to, after he after he danced and really got into the intro that flipped the whole arena's energy, everyone just sat down, listened to him, and I have never had so much click moments in crypto from that day forward. Never. This is a guy that I follow on a day-to-day basis. This is a guy that really I invest every single time that I have on Go Live, and every single day that I have free, I took into his sessions, because this is not a guy that only dances and brings both energy and hype for a whole arena, guys. This is a guy that really provides the future economy industries information, and really takes the time to really invest his own time to help you guys even further. So I know we have a little tight schedule due to the clock, so I am directly, and I hope to see this chat not being this unactive. So please spam some fire, spam some hearts for Curtis for really taking his time to jump on a call like this, because this is nothing usual. This is nothing that happens on a day-to-day basis for us guys. So really make sure to show your appreciation, show the value that we can bring and the energy we can bring to him, you know? So Curtis, when you are ready, just unmute yourself and yeah, take the stage, dude. It's unbelievable to have you here.
Awesome, awesome. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. Listen, I don't have enough room right now to hit any dance moves. So just imagine like Chris Brown, but dark skin. That's what he's talking about. Okay. So that's how it was on stage. But no, I love dancing. It's funny too, because when I dance, I think I'm good. And I have a 16-year-old daughter. And every time I dance, she's like, "Oh my God, Dad, you embarrassed me so much. Please stop dancing." So it's a whole thing. Like, I think I'm doing great. And she's like, "Please stop. Never do that again." Oh, it's a whole dad moment. But let me do this really quick. Let me see if I can share my screen for you guys. Awesome, awesome. Now, I know that everyone here is at different levels when it comes to your understanding in crypto. And what I want to do is I want to just take my time, kind of slowly ramp up into some things and just kind of, slowly work our way into some sauce if that's fair. Because I know everybody's like, "Kurt, I came here for the coins. Just tell me what coins to buy so I can go eat lunch. I'm ready to go have the rest of my day started. And I'm not going to just give you guys coins. I kind of want to kick it with you just a little bit, just to kind of open your mind about what's going on here and what exactly it is we do. So, because I think that's fair. I think a lot of people, like he said, like a lot of people have come into crypto, and appreciate you, man, for telling your story. Your testimony, it hits home for a lot of people, because when people got into crypto, they got scammed. In the early days, a lot of people were just getting their money taken. They were getting told one thing and something different happened. And whenever they hear the word Bitcoin, they're like, "Oh, it's one of those things. Here we go. They're gonna ask me for some coins. I gotta send them something." Like, no, no, no. Like, no one here is ever gonna touch your coins. No one here wants to see your wallet. No one here is gonna ask you to, send them anything. If anybody ever asks you to send them something, back away slowly. Just Homer Simpson into the bush. Just, "Oh, you want my coin? Okay, I'll be right back. I'll just definitely give you." Never come back after that. Okay, we're gonna make sure you guys are very well versed and you understand exactly what to do. And I want to make sure I'm giving a shout out here to the right people. Shout out to all the ladies on the call. I see everybody's hair is looking phenomenal today. Y'all just look like a bank commercial, just looking like money. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm giving you a little. Thea, Michaela, yes, salute. The curls are curling for sure. Okay. I see you, Michelle. All right. I see we got Alexandria in here. All right. Is it Ida? Ida? Ida, was I'm saying it right? Killing it. All right. Anaya. Okay. I see you. Yes. Okay. Kokoba. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. You too. Yep. You ain't safe. All right. So really, really quickly, Bitcoin currently right now is being talked about all around the globe. All right. And I know a lot of you guys are looking at this market thinking, "I don't have $65,000 to buy a Bitcoin right now. And if I did, I'd probably buy a house." Right. So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page with understanding you don't need to have $65,000 to participate inside of Bitcoin or in crypto in general. All right. Now, the one thing I will say is Bitcoin is always the goal. We want to make sure we're circling the block to get back to buying more Bitcoin. All right. Shout out to Sia as well out here walking, getting the knowledge. I appreciate you. Not even getting the seat. You just walking and getting all the information. All right. And Wilma, you looking great as well. Okay. Now, and my fellas, y'all shining as well. Y'all know we don't do compliments, guys. We don't really appreciate it. We just want to get to the money. We want to get to the bag. All right. So when we talk about you guys getting involved, even myself, right? I understand Bitcoin is the goal. All these banks, these institutions, these hedge funds, they're all tweeting about it. They all want in. Everybody wants more Bitcoin. What I like to do is open you guys' eyes to how we can actually help you guys start to build a portfolio and start to grow it in a way where, yes, there are projects outside of Bitcoin that can make, really, really great gains. Some of you guys are probably thinking I'm gonna start talking about puppy coins and goldfish coin. We're not doing that today. I'm not trying to get you guys a portfolio started up that looks like a bunch of Noah's Ark. We're not doing that. I'm gonna make sure you guys are very knowledgeable about what we're doing today. Now, this website that I'm on right now is called CoinGecko.com. This is a phenomenal website that I like to use to research projects. I don't buy anything from here. I'm not plugging any information into here. I'm simply coming here to look at projects to see if they're worthwhile or is it just a bunch of hype. All right. That's pretty much what we do. And we talk about this website literally every day. We get on here and do our homework and all that good stuff. But I want you guys to realize that Bitcoin, if it goes to $113,000, right, all it's done is double. So if you put $100 into Bitcoin right now, and it goes to $130,000, congratulations, you made another $100. Now, I know and you know $100 is nothing nowadays. All right, that's a waste of your time. I would never have you guys sit here and tell you, oh, just get into Bitcoin and you're going to be great in the future with $100. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wouldn't even do you like that. But there are other projects as well outside of Bitcoin. They're considered altcoins. It stands for alternative coins. Anything that's not Bitcoin is an altcoin. There are other coins outside of Bitcoin that move faster than Bitcoin, and they're going to outpace Bitcoin's growth. This is what we do with our portfolios. We teach you guys how to find reputable, strong projects that can withstand some movement in the market and have a high percentage to grow in the next bull run. That's the whole thing we do here inside of the non-leverage side, right? I show you guys how to build out a portfolio, how to get wallets set up, how to keep these things safe. Because one thing is this, I can go on YouTube and get all this stuff for free and figure it out. And I'm like, listen, YouTube University is the worst place to go when you're trying to learn something in crypto. These people will tell you, I'm going to help you do this and this and that. All you got to do is send me a little bit of bit. And it's like, there you go. Send me a little bit of Ethereum. Send me a little bit of Cardano or Solana. And you're like, whatever it takes to grow my portfolio. And next thing you know, you're sitting there, looking at tumbleweed blow past and nobody's helping you do anything. All right. So I want you guys to realize, like, this isn't about anybody asking you for your crypto. I'm going to show you how to do step by step, like tips and tricks that are going to allow you to move through this market with so much confidence. Number one, for all my new family here, because I know I got a lot of new cousins that just logged on today. They told me there's going to be a lot of guests on, so I'm thankful we got some guests coming in today to get some sauce. Now, number one, for all my new family, I always start with security. I can never give you guys anything else outside of security first, because what's the difference if I say, hey, get all these projects, get this coin, get that coin. One, you don't know where to keep them. You don't know how to get them. You don't know how to keep and protect them and keep them safe as well. It's a horrible place to start, just trying to come in and make a bunch of money, and you don't understand how to protect yourself here. All right. There is no calling customer support in crypto. I want to be real clear. If something goes wrong, it's because you didn't set it up right. Okay. And the thing is, none of this stuff's hard to set up. It's really not. It's just a couple of emails and, downloading the right kind of wallets and not storing it in bad places. So for my new family, you guys are going to do a little bit of writing today. I know you didn't come on the call to do work. Well, you working today. All right. So number one, I need you guys to go ahead and set up an email with an email service called Proton Mail. Okay. Proton Mail is one of the most secure emails on the planet. I don't know if anybody here is from the United States, but if you ever look up like your congressmen or senators and stuff like that, you're going to realize they all use Proton Mail, because they know it's the most secure email in the world, and they don't want to have a situation where their emails get leaked like other politicians have done in the past. So they're not using Gmails and Hotmails and Yahoos and all that stuff. They're using Proton Mail. Proton Mail is literally like level 7 NSA security. Like, it's crazy, crazy good. Even the employees at Proton Mail can't check your emails. All right. That's important because when we're setting up all these different accounts and getting all this stuff going, and I don't know if it's just me, but is it like super hot where you guys are today? Like it's roasting in Detroit. Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm like, geez, oh, peace. I've been waiting for this, but I wasn't ready. I definitely wasn't ready. So, number one, so it's not hot for you guys. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Oh, you're in Sweden. Oh, see, and you guys got the beautiful views and stuff. Anyway, I got me squirreling off into the so understanding that you need to have that set up first, Proton Mail has to be the first priority. Number two, I want you guys to go to a website, all right, called www.exodus.com. Exodus as in like the Bible verse. All right. If you don't know how to spell Exodus, shame on you. All right. So I want to make sure you guys have that wallet downloaded. Now, here's the cool thing about this. You will not be downloading the Exodus wallet to your cell phone. You will not be downloading the Exodus wallet to your tablet. You will not be down because I know I got these folks right. That's probably typing. What about my iPad? Because it's not really a tablet. It's basically a computer, Curtis. I have a keyboard. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. I'm an Android guy, as you can tell by my tone. So I want to make sure that you guys are downloading this to your desktop or laptop, not your iPad, not your tablet, not your cell phone. Why don't I want you downloading it to your cell phones, tablets, or iPads? Essentially, what happens is there's this thing called a SIM swap attack where people can go into a cell phone store or actually work at a cell phone store and swap out your SIM card to another device. And now when they put that SIM card into the new device, what happens to all your apps in that new device? They automatically start to download to that new device. I do not want anybody to have a scenario where your coins or your holdings are being tampered with because somebody decided to do something really scammy and nefarious, right? So we keep this stuff on a desktop or a laptop. And the other thing is, whatever computer you're keeping your crypto on, don't let grandma and the rest of the family play solitaire and computer games on that one. That's the one with the money on it, y'all. Come on, man. Like, make it make sense. All right. Some folks, I'll let my daughter, she was playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure and all my coins are gone. I'm like, why did you do this? Why? Why? Okay. That's the money. That's the money computer. Keep that separate. All right. So, another great thing about the Exodus wallet, let me see if I even have, I think I can pull this up. I haven't updated it yet. But another cool thing about the Exodus wallet is that it has a built-in exchange already inside of the wallet. So if you live in a certain part of the world and they don't allow you to, swap out certain coins or do certain things of that nature, it gives you the ability to come in and say, you know what? I'd rather just go ahead to my Exodus wallet, deposit a little bit of Bitcoin, deposit a little bit of Ethereum, whatever it may be. And now you can go into the exchange tab and literally, if you got Bitcoin here, you can literally swap it into any of these other projects that are inside of here. And the cool thing about Exodus too is like they're updating it like every week. So there's always like new coins being added, new protocols being put into here. Like it's always a ton of stuff going on. I gotta update this bad boy too. All right. But yeah, there's always like some new stuff going on with this wallet. Like you can see here, you see, you got Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, USDT. They have a couple of says jurisdiction. I got my VPN on my bad. So they got a bunch of different things you can do here as well. There's also another website that I want you guys to start utilizing as well for swapping projects out. This website is called simpleswap.io. Okay. This website is super dope. You don't even have to put an email, make an account. I know it says log in, make an account. You ain't got to do none of that. None, not a nail, nilda. All right. All you need to do is have the coin that you have in your wallet, and you have to decide which coin you want to swap into. If you got Bitcoin, you want to swap into something like Caspa, you can do that here. You got Bitcoin, you want to swap into Ethereum, Sol. Like literally, there are tons of projects in here that it allows you to swap into. And the thing is, all it asks you for is a wallet to send it to. That's it. If you got the actual coin you want to swap out for and a wallet to send the coin that you want to, so let's say I want to swap it into Ethereum, right? The moment I say I want to do this swap, I'm going to create. It's going to ask me for my Ethereum address down here. I'm going to put my ETH address in. I'm going to create the exchange. I'm going to send my It's going to give me a Bitcoin wallet to send the Bitcoin to. I have to have the exact amount that I say I have here, whatever I'm typing into this area. Once you send that Bitcoin over, it does all the work. It swaps it over into Ethereum and sends it to the wallet that you want it to go to. That for me was game changer. And it doesn't take that long. It was like boom, 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 couple steps, easy peasy. And mind you, you haven't logged into anything. You haven't put your information onto anything. It's 100% private. And in crypto, we love privacy. Goes a long way in this space. All right. Now, there are other lanes that I need you guys to understand as well inside of crypto when we start getting into the nitty gritty of it. Also, if this is kind of like hidden for some of you guys that are new, just do me a favor and give me like a thumbs up or a 111 in the chat. I just want to make sure I'm not like going too fast and I'm giving you guys way too much information. I like kind of making sure I'm staying slow and steady so everybody's getting what they need. Because we're at different levels. I get it. I get it. All right. So understanding we're going to have our Exodus wallet set up. We're going to have our Simple Swap set up. We're going to have our Proton Mail set up, right? The next thing I want you guys to look into setting up is MetaMask. All right. Now, you're going to get the MetaMask Chrome extension. All right. When you go here, it's going to say metamask.io. And it's going to say download MetaMask. Essentially, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and decide if you're using Chrome, Windows, or you using iOS or Android. Now, I suggest the Chrome browser because it just makes a lot more sense using Chrome browser. Like I'm using Chrome all the time, and that's pretty much the go-to for me. But when you get the MetaMask Chrome browser extension, it's going to give you a little bitty Fox symbol at the top of your browser right next to your search bar. Essentially, when you're going to go onto these different exchanges like Uniswap, things like that, you're going to connect this MetaMask wallet to those websites. This is what's going to allow you to start grabbing certain altcoins inside of these different lanes, right? And now inside of the classes we do, we teach you guys how to set this up where you can have multiple wallets inside of your MetaMask and not just Ethereum. You can use Linear, you can use Mumbai, you can use Binance, you can use Optimism, you can use Matic, GoChain, Chronos, Avalanche, Phantom. Like we teach you step by step how to input all of that information into your MetaMask, right? So now you have the option to go into these different lanes. Some of you guys may or may not like NFTs. MetaMask allows you to come in and store NFTs as well. It's really like one of these one-stop shops when it comes to online wallets for Ethereum. It goes a long way. Now, like I said, this is a lot of information for a brand new person. So I don't want you guys to get intimidated when I'm talking about this stuff. I'm just giving you guys some of the tools to have now. So when you do show up to the classes, you're like, oh, yeah, I was there. Kurt told me what to do with all this. I got all this stuff set up already. I'm ready to roll. All right. Now, MetaMask, once again, is a scenario where you're going to have to set this up once you download it. It's going to ask you to start writing down things like seed phrases and private keys. These are very important. You're always going to write down your seed phrases and you're going to keep those things safe. All right. I'm going to go back over to our Exodus wallet for just a moment. And I want to show you guys something because I don't want to go too fast. I kind of want to keep you guys all on the same page with me. Now, right here in the MetaMask, or I'm sorry, the Exodus wallet, you'll notice there's a bunch of different coins that we can look at up here, but I just want to focus on Bitcoin for just a moment. When you're looking at your coins, when you're holding them in Exodus, there's these three little dots right here. When you click on these, it has all these different options, but you'll notice there's one down here called View Private Keys. This one is the most important one out of all these options. Your private keys are what allow you to restore your wallets if something happens. If your computer goes down, if there's a house fire, if something goes really, really left, if you have your private keys written down and stored somewhere, the moment you have those private keys, you can start a brand new wallet up and say, I'm going to import my wallet. You type in those private keys, all your funds will pop up in that new wallet. Okay? I want to make sure you guys are keeping that in the forefront of your mind. Now, as important as this is, I have to stress this for my new family. You are to never, and I mean with a capital never, give anybody your private keys or seed phrases. I don't care if there's an email saying, oh, there's been a hack and we got to get your private keys to help you find your coins. And if you don't give them to us, you're never going to get them again. Never send your private keys. And I don't care who emails you and says that. It's a scam. It's the biggest, quickest scam in the world. The moment you send those private keys, your coins are gone. They're there, and there's no way to get them back. They're going to take them out of that wallet, put them somewhere else. Poof, vamos, gone. All right. Never, ever, ever. I don't care if it's a picture of me in the email. No, I'm not asking for your private keys. Never, ever will. I don't care if grandma shows up with a pot of macaroni and cheese. She's not getting these private keys. Okay. It's not happening. I don't care who it is. All right. Super, super important. Now, this area here, understanding your wallets and things like that with Exodus is considered a hot wallet. because it's always connected to the internet. It's always locked in to the internet. Now we can cut our computers off and all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. But the moment you cut that bad boy back on, the moment you log into this, we're back on the internet. All right. Now, same thing with your MetaMask and things of that nature. There are lanes inside of crypto that I really want you guys to start understanding. Security, it comes down to portfolio trading, and it comes down to leverage trading. Right now, I'm only going to talk about security and the portfolio side. Right? When you guys get into the classes, I'm gonna get into the portfolio side. When we get into the classes, you're gonna talk about leverage. We're gonna have live analysis. Literally 5 days a week, we sit with you and we trade crypto. Literally, like 5 days a week for about an hour and a half. We'll just sit down, talk to you guys about entry points, exits, what we see, what projects look good, which ones we're gonna be grabbing for a little bit, just quick, fast, in and out. We do understand a lot of you guys have full-time jobs. Some of you guys are full-time students. Some of you guys are full-time parents. And we get it. Like, it's only so many hours in a day. We can't tell you guys, you're going to learn trading and you're going to get the portfolio and you're going to learn about Bitcoin. You're going to learn about blockchain. You're looking at me the whole time like, so when do I cook dinner and then shower and then clean up and then get ready for the rest of my day? Because I have things to do, Curtis. Right? We get it. So we try to simplify everything we can, and we'll put the classes in front of you guys so you can watch the classes. They're all recorded so you don't miss anything. We want to make sure we do live classes with you guys so when the market's moving and it's active, we can show you guys step by step areas that make sense. So as you see us entering, you can have option to enter with us. And now you kind of get used to seeing, oh, that's why you did that. I understand that now. So when I see it on my own, I can take that trade with confidence, right? Because we know trading, obviously, at the end of the day, just boils down to confidence. Most people are terrified of trading because they feel like it's this crazy gambling thing. And honestly, it's just a game of ratios and high success levels. When you understand certain areas in the market have higher success than others, it really becomes a step-by-step process. Now, I'm going to go back to the charts for just a moment because I don't have a whole lot of time. Is it okay if I just nerd out with you guys for like 6 to 7 minutes? Because I want to show you something that I think just makes a ton of sense, no matter if you've been in crypto forever or you've only been in crypto for like a day or never at all. All right. So right here is a chart of Bitcoin's entire history. All right. Way back in like 2010? Yeah, 2010, when Bitcoin first landed on exchanges, Bitcoin was around 5 cents. I know, right? It's crazy. Hey, Bitcoin was around 5 cents back in 2010. It dipped all the way down to a penny at one point. So some of you guys are like, what was I doing in 2010? Where was my antennas in 2010? Right? You was messing around with that old knucklehead dude you ain't had no business messing around with. All right, now, what I understand that some of you guys are going to start seeing these cycles. Don't feel bad. Don't feel silly. Just know you weren't around when it happened, but we got opportunities now. Now, some of you guys may think Bitcoin is the scariest thing in the world. I'm about to take all the teeth out of the market. You're going to look at this and be like, oh my gosh, this makes all the sense in the world. Now, Bitcoin is a finite thing. It's digital, but it's finite. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. There's only ever going to be that. Currently, right now, we are sitting at around 19 million Bitcoin are currently in circulation, but there's only going to be 21 million. Keep that number in mind as I explain this to you guys. Now, way back in 2010, we had a nice run up. Price ran all the way up to around like $26. I don't know if you understand how big of a deal that was in 2010. To see something go from a penny to $26 is life-changing for a lot of people. Could you imagine buying Bitcoin at a penny? When it went to 2 cents, your money doubled. When it went to 4 cents, it doubled again. When it went to 8 cents, it doubled again. It went to $20, $26, if I'm not mistaken, almost 30. All right. Crazy, crazy price levels. Now, we had something called a bear market where the market dipped all the way down, took a nice bit of drop off. Now, what happens during this is people start taking profits. All those folks that bought in at these low levels decided, here's a good time for me to start getting my money out. They sold their Bitcoin, price dropped down. Now we started seeing a consolidation period where there was a little indecision, kind of like an equilibrium. There was equal amounts of selling, equal amounts of buying happening. People decided this was a fair place to start buying in on Bitcoin again. We saw the breakout, and then we had a little bit more consolidation. This yellow line represents the halving. Every 4 years, Bitcoin does this thing that's coded into its blockchain where the amount of Bitcoin that's created gets cut in half. So every 10 minutes, there's a certain amount of Bitcoin that gets created. After 4 years, it gets cut in half. and so forth and so on. So this allows Bitcoin to have a really nice supply and demand mechanism already coded into it. This is one of the reasons why people always say every 4 years, we see Bitcoin jump out of the gym and then it kind of pulls back down again. Every 4 years, it jumps and goes crazy and then it pulls back. And people kind of forget about it until they hear about it again. But if they don't know about the cycle, they don't understand when it's a good time to buy in. So I'm going to show you guys the cycle and I want you to tell me if it's scary or not. So just remember these 5 things: drop off, consolidation, growth, accumulation, halving. That's it. Those 5 things are the cycle. After the halving, like I said before, Bitcoin's supply that comes into existence gets cut in half. So on this side of the equation, every 10 minutes, there were 50 Bitcoin being created every 10 minutes. The miners that are verifying and confirming transactions on Bitcoin's blockchain, every time Bitcoin sent and received, the miners are recording that, adding it onto the ledger. So we have a list and all the transactions being recorded. They were earning a portion of the 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. After we had this halving, it went from 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes to 25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, right? So some people will say, well, Craig, if I'm a miner and the halving happens, I'm cutting my miner off. I'm doing the same job for less Bitcoin now. Supply and demand. If there's a demand for something, what does the price do? It goes up. And if there's an even smaller supply, because we got less of it, it goes up even faster. Now, for all my parents in here, you guys remember when the PS5 first came out? If you don't, I sure do, because I stood in line like an idiot trying to get one for my son. Now, when I realized I did the right thing, because after that, you couldn't find them anymore. And the only place you could find them was on eBay and certain websites. And they were charging like $700, $800 for the same PlayStation I bought for my son for like $500 or $400. So I realized, oh, wow, this thing has a lot of demand. Bitcoin is similar. It has a lot of demand, but a finite supply. So prices run up really fast, and we see that demand push price up, and all of a sudden, the cycle repeats itself all over again. We had the drop off, just like last time. We had the consolidation, just like last time. We had the breakout, just like last time. We had the last bit of accumulation right up here, just like we did last time. And then we had the halving, just like last time. So now we're going to go from around 25 Bitcoin coming into the market every 10 minutes to around 12.5, right? Every 10 minutes. What do you guys think the price did after this halving, right? How convenient. Supply meets demand every single time. We get another crazy run up again. Now, if you knew this was coming every 4 years, would you be terrified to buy into Bitcoin after you knew the halving was coming? You just wait till after the halving, grab a little Bitcoin. You're like, I'm just gonna sit back and let this thing do what it does. This isn't a hard sale, because we know women lie, men lie, but them numbers though. So when we start seeing the numbers numbering, it takes a lot of the fear out of this. You don't have to sit back and be afraid every time you're thinking about investing. You're thinking, I just got to be patient. In trading and investing, patience is a superpower, because most people want to get their money, and everybody thinks investing is like a J.G. Wentworth commercial. It's my money and I need it now. And that's not how this goes when you're getting involved with the markets. You have to be very understanding of the cycles you're participating in. So what do we see again? We saw the same thing, guys. That drop off, just like last time. We had the small little zone of accumulation, little gray zone, just like last time. We had the breakout, a big breakout, a little bigger than last time. Then we had the last bit of accumulation, this purple zone, just like last time. And then we had what? The halving. What do you guys think happened after the halving? Anybody got a wild guess? I mean, obviously it's Bitcoin. We know it went up. It's not a riddle here. But it's one of those scenarios where, oh, wow, look at that. We're geniuses again. Don't that just beat all? Okay, now it's no way it's going to do it again. It's no way. It's no way Bitcoin's going to be, because when you're looking at the news and you're looking at crypto, everything with Bitcoin is hide your kids, hide your wife. Don't get involved with it. It's the scariest asset in the world. Oh, no. And here we go again. Same old. We had the drop off, just like last time. We had the last little bit of accumulation, a little bit of sideways action, just like last time. We had the breakout, just like last time. And then we just had this itty bitty, super tiny purple zone, just like last time. And then we had the halving. Guys, we just had the halving. Does anybody here have an idea what happens after the halving? Any wild guesses into where we could potentially be going? Anybody? Any takers? Okay. So maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm a little too hyped up because I've seen it happen time after time after time. But I'm going to ask you guys this question. Bitcoin was created to do one thing. It was created to be a hedge against inflation. It was created to be a hedge against the dollar falling. Do you guys believe the dollar has gotten stronger or weaker since COVID? I guess we can use that as an example, right? Weaker. Okay, I could agree with that. Do you guys agree that people have more confidence in the dollar or less confidence in the dollar? Okay. Less. All right. Now, there are other things that have happened recently, right? We know the dollar is pretty much the world's reserve currency, right? We know the dollar is pretty much strong. It goes, people all around the world utilize it. One of the main drivers for the US dollar is this agreement called the petrodollar deal. Does anybody here know about the petrodollar agreement? Okay. If you don't know, I'm gonna give you guys a real brief history lesson. Way back after like World War II, the United States went to Saudi Arabia and said, hey, you guys live in a pretty dangerous zone and you guys produce a lot of oil over here. Wouldn't it be nice if you had more protection? And they was like, yeah, it would be pretty cool. Hey, would you guys mind doing it? And the United States said, absolutely, we'll give you guys more protection. But in return, Saudi Arabia said, we know you guys want cheaper oil. No. We don't want cheaper anything. We just want you guys to sell all your oil in US dollars from now on. Anytime anybody around the world wants to come and buy oil from you guys, can you make them do that in US dollars? Saudi Arabia said, I guess so. Sure. Why not? When they did that, it instantly put the US dollar in demand. It forced every other country in the world to have to hold dollars, right? So if the dollar's in demand, that means our economy flourishes now because our dollar's worth more because it's spread around the world. Here's a fun fact that most people don't know about. Right now, there's currently more $100 bills in circulation than there are $1 bills in circulation. Wow. That's an interesting statistic. Here's another one that'll even blow your mind. There's more $100 bills outside of America than there are in America. Out of the 100% of $100 bills, 80% of them are not in the United States. Wow. That's pretty interesting, right? Now, here's the kicker. The US dollar has cycles just like Bitcoin has cycles. Let's go over to the dollar index. Let's look at the dollar as a whole. I'm going to go to the monthly chart. I'm going to erase everything I have off of this chart. All right. And I want you guys to see what I see. Do you see a pattern with this dollar chart? Tends to drop off and then have a little run up, and then a drop off and then a little run up. I think we're getting ready for one of those, how do you say, drop offs coming for the dollar. That looks like it's maybe going through like a little bit of a drop off. There may be less demand for the dollar coming up. Here's something else that even blows your mind, because some of you guys may or may not know about this already. Saudi Arabia. Oh man, let me go back. I think this one was the more recent one. Oh, they might have changed the website because I refreshed it. So essentially what happened, I'm going to pull this up for you guys though. Saudi Arabia has backed out of the petrodollar agreement. Yeah. They changed this article. Anybody was on my sessions the other day? This website was different. They've changed this in the last day or two. This whole thing said Saudi Arabia backs out a petrodollar deal. Yeah. Following the announcement circulating around the US and Saudi Arabia, petrodollar has expired. No, it has expired. This is not an untrue thing. The Saudi Arabia petrodollar deal is done. The Crown Prince of Saudi didn't even go to the G7 meeting. He said, I'm just done with it. He's looking to join the BRICS nations, right? And Saudi Arabia is looking to join this thing called the M-Bridge, which is a full-fledged crypto agreement. Yeah, it's a whole thing. They're going to be looking to go against the traditional payment system that we have. So it's fun. This isn't even a US website. It's like a South African website. But there's a lot of things moving and changing. Like I've been looking at the news like crazy. Like they got all kind of stuff going on there, and they're reinstating the draft in the United States. There's all kind of stuff going on right now with a bunch of banks that are getting ready to potentially fail in the United States right now. There's all these weird things going on with our dollar that nobody's talking about in the news. So if I see weakness coming for our currency and I know the patterns that have typically happened, inside the US dollar. And I'm also looking at scenarios like gold potentially going to the upside as well. And even inside of the company, we teach you guys how to trade and invest in gold, right? If we know the dollar typically falls off, most people like to use gold as a hedge. They like to come in and say, hey, I'm looking at this asset that's been taken off for decades. If the dollar gets weaker and weaker and weaker, because almost every fiat currency in the world is born to die, they look at assets like gold to be the hedge against that, right? Let me go to the monthly so you guys can see here. This is the chart of gold. Looks like a pretty good investment because we know anything that hedges against the dollar tends to see a nice move to the upside. Bitcoin right now is the latest version of what we have when it comes to gold. Like they consider Bitcoin digital gold, right? Because it's finite and it's scarce. We don't know if there's a scarce amount of gold. Last time I checked, they've been mining it for like the last 200-300 years. So don't think it's going to run out anytime soon. But I will say this. The last time we checked, they are buying more Bitcoin than are being created every day, right? The halving has already happened. We know that there's a ton of demand for Bitcoin. Giant companies like BlackRock have come in and been buying Bitcoin up day after day after day. We also just heard that currently right now on all the exchanges in the world, right? We go on CoinGecko. You can currently see that there are over 1,100 exchanges worldwide where you can buy Bitcoin, crypto, Ethereum, all those other ones. Currently, right now, there is less than 900,000 Bitcoin on all the exchanges in the world. They've literally come in and drank up all the BTC that's been created. These ETFs, these giant funds that just got legalized this year to buy Bitcoin, they've been just taking all of it and putting it in their coffers. And they're not looking to sell it for a very long time. So we're going to run into a scenario where Bitcoin is going to become incredibly scarce, incredibly valuable. Currently, right now, I believe Bitcoin should already be above $200,000 a coin. That's what I believe. But what we're seeing right now is these big entities that have been buying up Bitcoin, they've been buying it up due to ETFs. They don't buy it off exchanges. So we don't get to see the numbers. Like everything that happens on a chart is based on an exchange. You can see right here, this is data from Coinbase. So if Coinbase doesn't show that Bitcoin's being purchased from their exchange, we don't get to see it. There is no, hey guys, this is how much BlackRock bought today. Hey guys, this is how much Fidelity bought today. Hey guys, this is how much JP Morgan bought today. Nobody gets to see it. It's called over-the-counter trading. They go directly to the miners that are verifying and confirming the transactions. They get the Bitcoin first. They go directly to the miners and they buy it from them. So by the time they go to the exchanges and start buying from the exchanges, it's literally the last call for alcohol. I want you guys to understand what I'm telling you. By the time you start seeing the charts show that Bitcoin's going crazy, it's already too late. Are you understanding what I'm saying? They've already gotten everything that they wanted, and now they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel, which is the exchanges, and they're going to go buy it for a premium now. Because guess what happens? Every time they buy from an exchange, every time you purchase it, Bitcoin becomes a little more expensive, a little more expensive, a little more expensive, because now it's less and less and less and less and less. And the price has to reflect. There's less Bitcoin available. The price has to go higher. This is why they don't buy from exchanges until it's the last minute, because now they're just being greedy and they want the very last bit of it. Here's another fun fact. This is one of the reasons why Bitcoin drops so fast and so violently. They buy privately, but they sell publicly. They go back to Coinbase and all these exchanges and they sell their Bitcoin here. They don't buy from Coinbase. They sell to Coinbase. Make sense? This is where they cash out. This is why we see the market drop so fast and so violently, because that's the place we get to see all the numbers on the sale side. And what does that do to people psychologically? It's a scam. All it does is drop. I knew Bitcoin was no good. And they don't even have the whole story. They're just seeing one side of it, which is the sell side pressure. And the news broadcast, oh, Bitcoin's horrible. Oh, Bitcoin's failing again. Oh, Bitcoin's going down. Last time I checked, and I just want to see if you guys see what I'm seeing. Does this look like an unhealthy chart to you? Does any of this look like this thing's going to fall apart anytime soon? But when you hear the news and they're talking about Bitcoin, they're telling you, don't you touch it with a 10-foot pole. It'll bite your hand if you get too close, right? They want you to be terrified of this while they're purchasing it up. And last time I checked, we're having a really weird time with our US dollar almost as if they're trying to find something new to back their dollar with that's really scarce, that nobody else will have. And right now, the United States is buying up all the Bitcoin. Really interesting that we're moving into a digital age. And most people are so busy worried about what's going on with Diddy and Drake and everybody else that they're distracted and they're not paying attention to the largest financial wealth transfer in human history. We're watching old money turn into new money, and nobody's paying attention. If you've ever seen this movie called The Big Short, I just want you guys to remember one line in the beginning of this movie. They said the only people that got wealthy in the 2008 housing crash were the people who simply looked and realized something was wrong. And most people are just too busy to look. They don't want to take the time to pay attention because somebody, they had a sister, cousin's friends, auntie come in and say, oh, I knew somebody who had a bad time in Bitcoin. I knew somebody who had their crypto stolen. Stop. Just stop. And I'm gonna ask you this. How many of you guys as adults learned about credit when you were grown and you didn't learn about it as a child? Raise your hand or put a 111 in the chat. If you didn't learn about credit until you were an adult, our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, nobody taught us about credit and how to manage our credit until we were adults. And we're watching a new form of money be born, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's teaching you about it. Nobody wants to help you even learn how to keep it safe. Isn't that really interesting that the government's getting involved? Big corporations are getting involved. Almost every business is getting involved. There was literally an article today just popped up. A company came in and purchased 100 and I think it was like 120 Bitcoin yesterday. Just 120 Bitcoin. It's at $60,000 and they bought 120 of them. There's only around 250 Bitcoin created a day. Because there's less Bitcoin being created now. I need you guys to hear me. This is a very, very small window of opportunity that we will not have forever. And for the people that are paying attention now, you're going to be the ones to tell the story at the end of the day. The ones that are working 19 jobs, hoping that's going to save them based on a currency that's literally diminishing in value every single day. Like I look at this and I tell people, does this look like a healthy dollar to you? When people tell me all the time, oh, the dollar's doing great. Where, Sway? How, Sway? Where do you see a healthy dollar inside of this chart? We got the Federal Reserve coming into existence, and this bad boy's been literally just tobogganing down the hill every step of the way. And I'm supposed to keep taking on more jobs to get more of this? The people who are investing in assets right now, the people who are getting involved with things that are going to have a high yield, the people that are getting involved with things that are digital are winning. One of the top stocks right now is a company called NVIDIA. Does anybody know about NVIDIA? Right? They design graphics cards and different chips and things like that when it comes to computing. One of the reasons why NVIDIA has jumped so high in price is because of Bitcoin, because of crypto. They make the technology that's used to mine Bitcoin. Oh, that means their technology is in high demand. Interesting. Another cool thing, they make the technology that's going to help drive the AI space. Oh, AI is blowing up right now. You guys want to know something cool that's going on right now inside of crypto? There is a whole wave of projects like, let's see. There's a project right now called ICP. Not the group. There's a coin. I know some of y'all know who ICP is. I'm from Michigan, so we know they're like weird guys with clown paint. Anyway, there's a coin called ICP, Internet Computer. This project is an AI project. They have a working AI project right now as we speak. And this is a lane inside of crypto, this artificial intelligence, that I believe will see another huge jump considering what's going on in the world. Everything right now is leaning into artificial intelligence, AI. Why not get involved with Web3 when we know everybody's leaning into crypto? Everybody's going to start to realize that this is an incredible space. The head of BlackRock, his name is Larry Fink. He did an interview and he said, I believe that every asset on the planet will be tokenized. Real estate will be on the blockchain. Stocks will be on the blockchain. Precious metals will be on the blockchain. AI will be on the blockchain, right? And they're all leaning into this, right? When I just showed you guys Saudi Arabia is looking to start a new agreement called the M Bridge, they're going to be sending stable or USDC or not say USDC. They're going to be sending stable coins. We don't know which one they're going to be utilizing, but they're going to be utilizing central bank digital currencies, which are stable coins, to and fro to each other. They're using crypto now. They're testing crypto plumbing for this new system they're going to be building for the world to send funds all around. If you don't know about the BRICS agreement, I strongly suggest you look that up. They're looking to compete with the US dollar, and they currently have a third of the world's population on board for this new currency that's going to be backed by gold. If they're looking to have a new currency backed by gold and the US dollar is having the issue staying afloat, I think gold's a strong investment. I think crypto is a strong investment. And I think you want to be around a group of people in a circle, in an environment that's rooting you on for success and giving you the tools you need to navigate this space. Why are you shying away from something that's coming? Whether you duck your head in the sand and act like it's not coming, it's coming whether you like it or not. The world is changing. Money is changing. The way we're going to transact is changing. Most of you guys don't carry cash now. How many of you guys use Cash App and Venmo and Zelle more than you go to the ATM? Right? It's a very different premise right now, guys. And crypto is coming. It's here. It's not leaving. They're legalizing it now, right? They just dropped a new article. The SEC said they're dropping all cases against Ethereum now. It's over. The SEC is no longer coming for Ethereum. I want to show you something again. Let's go back to the chart again. Ethereum just got good news from the SEC, and guess what happened? Nothing. It's still chilling. No crazy jumps. No wild price action. When I tell you, so many people aren't even looking. Some of you guys have been praying. Some of you guys have been manifesting something that you can get in that's going to have way more stability than what you've been doing every day. And now we have something that everybody wants, and they don't even know it yet. That's the part for me that's exciting. Most folks are out here scrambling to get as many jobs as they can, to make as much money as they can, so they can just spend more. And we're looking at stuff that we can put into our coffers, where down the line, the world's going to come dumping their money in behind ours. Not just America, the world. That's a different type of energy. I can tell you, the stock market, yeah, no. Crypto is worldwide. This is globally. So I gotta do another class literally like right now. But I'm so thankful that you guys have me on. You guys know if y'all need me, I'm always available to come back and do another call. I appreciate you guys. If you got some value from this and it makes sense, and you kind of having like these aha moments, like, hey, I'm not really even scared of this anymore. This is just one of those things where I got to make a decision on how I want to do it. Just give me a 1-1-1 in the chat. Let me know you guys are getting some value from this. I'm literally going to go teach another class. I'm about to go like nerd out. Like what I gave you guys was like the Salt Bay version. All right. I'm about to go really deep in the paint and give some people some information. So I definitely appreciate you guys. Go catch me on Go Live. I'm about to go hang out with Mike for a while. Thank you for having me on. And listen, if you guys are on the sideline, you're trying to figure out how you want to do this, just get back with the people that got you here. They called you here for a reason. This wasn't by mistake. No one here is trying to get you. Like we're going to make our gains with or without you. I want to get that out the way. We don't need you to come in and do this with us. But we would love for you guys to come in and experience it with us, because we've been here. We understand it. And we know the universe works off of abundance. Just like we can win, you guys can win. All right, family. Love you guys. Stay blessed. See you guys later.
Wow. Thank you so much, Curtis. Thank you. Drop some fire in the chat for Curtis. I know you have been spamming the chat already, but type some fire in the chat for him. We are blessed to have your knowledge to us today, and really grateful for having you jumping on. I know that you have a busy schedule, as you said. But yeah, guys, thank you all for jumping into this call. And I hope you got some value. I hope that you got your notebooks out, because I myself have my notebook filled with pages of information. So with that being said, don't forget, tomorrow at 19 Swedish time, we have the introduction. Make sure to get yourself ready for that, and also for the overview of everything that we are doing on a day-to-day basis, and that Helen Hayo, our own P5 and educator, going to host. So make sure to be ready for that, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I see you guys. Ciao.